Hello students, today we are going to do a very important unit from macroeconomics book. It is unit number 4 and the title of the unit is Government Budget and Economy. First of all, we will understand the meaning of term budget, that what is budget. Budget is a financial statement of expected receipts and expenditures of the government over the period of 1 year, that is April 1 to March 31st. We can understand its meaning by dividing it into three parts. First, budget is a financial statement because it states about the finance of the government. Second, it includes expected receipts and expenditures because it is prepared for coming year. That's why all items are expected, not actual. Third, it is prepared for coming 1 year, and this 1 year period in India is called economic year, business year, accounting year, financial year or fiscal year. Its duration starts from April 1 to March 31st. Objectives of budget. There are various objectives of budget. Its major objectives are shown here. First is high GDP. GDP means gross domestic product and it depends upon the performance of primary, secondary and tertiary sector. Budget provides such opportunities so that these sectors can be made more advanced and modernized. This will help to speed up the pace of GDP growth and generate more income, output and employment opportunities. Second, regional balance. In India, few states are highly developed whereas few are developing and are underdeveloped. It causes economic backwardness and migration of labor force. Budgetary policies ensure balanced regional growth so that infrastructure can be strengthened and their pace of growth can be boosted up. Third, economic stability. Economic undergo various phases like boom where growth rate tends to be high, recession and depression where growth rate tends to decline. That further leads to fall in employment opportunities, fall in per capita income and fall in national income as well. Through budget, government ensure economic stability so that balanced growth can be ensured. Solution of economic problems. There are various economic problems prevailing in our country like poverty, unemployment, illiteracy. These problems act as a hurdle for the growth process of our economy. Budget makes such provisions so that these problems can be solved. Allocation of resources. There are various resources like natural and financial resources. If these resources are owned and managed by a handful of people, then these resources will become exclusive for specific people. That's why government control these resources as well as government ensure the availability of these resources for the weaker section of the society at very feasible rates. Reallocation of resources is very important. Then there is a point redistribution of income and wealth. In our country, there are a handful of people who are very rich, whereas majority of people are very poor or are underprivileged. Government opts such policies so that more money can be received from rich people and this amount further can be used for underprivileged section of the society. For example, in India, government is using progressive tax policy. That's why rich people pay more taxes and government has opted various social welfare schemes to uplift the livings of weaker section of our society. Components of budget. It is a very important topic. Budget has two major components. Either these are called budget expenditure and budget receipt or are called capital budget and revenue budget. This chart shows all items of government budget that comes under revenue budget and capital budget. It can help you to understand the concept of government budget in more detail. This is an image which is representing estimated receipts and estimated expenditure of this year budget. It is also reflecting budget deficit trends of last 3 years. This deficit trend including fiscal deficit, revenue deficit and primary deficit. I will explain this concept in detail in the coming slides. Revenue budget. Revenue budget is about revenue receipt and revenue expenditure. It is further categorized in these two categories. These are revenue receipt and revenue expenditure. Revenue receipt. Revenue receipt comprise certain conditions, and these conditions are: when money is received in this category, there is no fall in assets. In short, government lose nothing to get this money, like income from public sector enterprises. Second condition, it doesn't create liability. Means government is not accountable to pay back the received amount because it is one-sided payment. Example, tax receipts of the government. Types of revenue receipt. There are two types of revenue receipts. First is tax revenue and the second is non-tax revenue. Tax revenue is a compulsory payment and it is paid by public, firm and institutes to government. It is further categorized as direct tax and indirect tax. Non-tax revenue is that revenue which arises from other sources than taxes. It includes fees and fine. Tax revenue. Tax revenue is of two types, direct and indirect, as I have told you in the previous slide. Direct taxes are paid by the person on whom it is legally imposed. Its burden can't be shifted on other person. These taxes are progressive in terms of nature. Example, income tax, corporate tax, gift tax, wealth tax. Indirect tax is imposed on one person but paid partially or wholly by others. Its burden can be shifted easily and these taxes are regressive in terms of nature. Example, custom duty, excise duty, sales tax, service tax, entertainment tax. Here we have the list of non-tax revenue. These non-tax revenues are fees like license fees, passport fees, then fines that one pay while a person disobey the set rules and regulations. Third, escheat, when a person die without writing his/her will and leave their property behind without a legal heir. Government makes revenue out of it. Special assessment, this amount is received from owners of those properties whose value has increased due to government development activities. Income from public sector enterprises like Oil and Natural Gas Corporation, National Thermal Power Corporation, Oil India Limited, etc. are public sector enterprises and these are earning huge profit. Its revenue, its profit is considered as a government revenue receipt. Sale of spectrum, it involves latest version of technology and its sales creates a huge revenue receipt for government. Grant and donation. Grant and donation from international organization and foreign countries during natural calamities is also fall under non-tax revenue receipt. Here you can see all explained items in the form of a flow chart, both tax revenue items also and non-tax revenue items also. Revenue expenditure. Revenue expenditure is based on certain conditions and these conditions are: this expenditure doesn't increase government assets as it is done for welfare purpose. Example, expenditure on law and order. Second, it doesn't reduce government liability because government doesn't spend this to waive off its borrowings. Example, spending on old age pension. Items of revenue receipt. Revenue expenditure. Major items of revenue expenditure are wage bill of the government like payments of salary and pension. Expenditure on subsidy like subsidy on food, subsidy on chemicals, subsidy on LPG gas cylinder. Defense purchase like purchase of explosives, arms and ammunition, etc. Grant to states is given by the central government to sponsor various welfare schemes. Interest payment that is done by the government to pay back previous borrowings. Capital budget. Capital budget is the another component of government budget and it includes two components, capital receipt and capital expenditure. Capital receipt. Capital receipt is also based on certain conditions such as it creates liability. It means government is accountable to pay back this amount. Example, funds received by the government as loans. Second, it reduces assets because sometimes government gets money by selling its property. Example, disinvestment in public sector enterprises. Resources of capital receipt. The major resources of capital receipts are: first, recovery of loan. Government used borrowed money for welfare purpose, but government has to pay back this amount as well. And recovery of loan reduces government assets. Second, borrowing and other liabilities. Government borrow money from public, central bank, from foreign countries or international institutes, and it further creates liability for the government. Other assets. In other assets, we mainly include disinvestment, where government sells off its share of public sector undertakings to private sector. This also reduces government asset. This is a flow chart which is reflecting government budget receipts, including both revenue receipts and capital receipts. It is also comprise following conditions, means capital expenditure is also based on certain conditions, and these conditions are: capital expenditure increases government assets because such expenditure are done for the purpose of investment. Example, expenditure on the construction of road. Second, it causes reduction in government liability because amount spent on it reduces government burden of borrowing. Example, payment of loan by the government. Items of capital expenditure. Its main items are expenditure on loan and building, expenditure on machinery and equipments, purchase of shares, loan by the central government to the state government or state corporation. Basically, capital expenditure includes all those expenses which further generate opportunities for income, output and employment. This chart reflects government budget expenditure of the current year. You can go through this chart, and on the basis of your learning and understanding, you can identify the items of revenue expenditure and capital expenditure. For example, pension and defense is revenue expenditure items, whereas commerce and industry, IT and telecom are coming under capital expenditure. Plan expenditure. Plan expenditure is basically of both types. It is falling under the category of revenue expenditure as well as under capital expenditure. It is related to central plans and central assistance for state and union territories as well. Non-plan expenditure. Non-plan expenditure are also of two types. First, non-plan revenue expenditure, and second, non-plan capital expenditure. It covers a vast range of general, economic and social welfare services of the government. Budget expenditure. This flowchart shows all items of capital and revenue expenditure. Budget deficit and its type. Budget deficit is a very significant topic. It is basically a difference between budget expenditure and budget receipt. It occurs when budget expenditure tends to be greater to budget receipt. It is mainly of three types: fiscal deficit, revenue deficit and primary deficit. It is a graph that shows deficit trend of last 3-year budgets. Fiscal deficit. Fiscal deficit is the excess of budget expenditure over budget receipts, but other than borrowing. In short, fiscal deficit include both types of expenditures and both kind of receipts, but it excludes borrowing items of capital receipt. There are certain implications of fiscal deficit. First, inflationary spiral. Fiscal deficit means borrowing and it leads to increase in money supply. When money supply increases, it leads to increase in more demand. It imbalances the circle of demand and supply. In this situation, demand tends to be greater to supply. That's why price of the commodities, price of goods and services tends to rise, and it creates a situation of inflation. Second, national debt. National debt also increases due to fiscal deficit. By the end of December 2019, India's external debt was more than 563 billion US dollar. Somewhere it creates burden for the future generation and it leads to more liability for the government. Crowding out effect. It is a situation when government tends to borrow money from banks. It reduces availability of money with banks. Less availability of money with banks leads to high rate of interest, and high rate of interest reduces the level of investment that influence growth of economy adversely. Last, erosion of government credibility. Fiscal deficit is the cause of erosion of government credibility, not only within the country but outside the country as well. Somewhere it reduces domestic investment and leads to fall in foreign investment, and it leads to withdrawal of foreign investment as well. Revenue deficit. Revenue deficit is a situation when revenue expenditure tends to be greater to revenue receipt. This concept is simple as it only includes the components of revenue budget. It also has certain implications. Its major implications are, first of all, it leads to raising of funds, and the raising of funds are possible by two ways. First, by increasing the taxes, and second, by selling the government assets or by doing the disinvestment. Second, it leads to reduce government expenditure as well. It is possible only when government reduces its expenditure on social welfare schemes. By these two options only, revenue deficit can be managed properly, either by increasing the funds or by reducing the expenditure. Primary deficit and its implications. Primary deficit is a difference between fiscal deficit and interest payments. It's very important because primary deficit shows that borrowing of the government which has been taken to meet the deficit of current year budget only. Whereas fiscal deficit include current year deficit as well as the interest payments of previous year budget deficits as well. When there is a zero primary deficit, it means current year budget was a balanced budget, and zero primary deficit is a situation of fiscal discipline. But when primary deficit is a positive figure, it indicates fiscal indiscipline because this year budget was also a deficit budget. I hope whatever has been explained to you will help you to understand this unit well.